If you're having gut issues and you are looking to use diet to help support your gut lining, you're in the right place. Keep watching. My first food that I want to bring to light is bone broth. It's one of our favorite things in the world because it's so nourishing. It's so easy to digest. So when you're having gut troubles, the easier to digest, the better. So we absolutely love bone broth. It's full of vitamins and minerals and amino acids that are necessary for our intestinal lining, along with everything else in the body. And it is filled with an amino acid called glycine that produces anti-inflammatory effects. So we absolutely love bone broth. Kettle and Fire is our favorite. So make sure that you are going into the description because we have a discount code for you if you are ready to buy bone broth and you don't want to make it, even though we are team homemade bone broth over here. Number 2 is going to be cooked vegetables. This is one of our favorite things, again, to ease the amount of digestion. We like to pre-cook our veggies while we're in a healing phase. And so vegetables are a bio-individual food. So some person can do broccoli, some person can't. Some people can do Brussels, some people can't. Just depends on the person. We see a lot of times when it's cooked, a lot of people can do foods that they normally feel like they couldn't do. So try it out. When in doubt, if you feel like it does kind of leave you iffy, you can leave it out and reintroduce later on. Number 3 are fermented foods. We absolutely love fermented foods. And in this case, let's say fermented vegetables like sauerkraut and pickles and fermented carrots, because a lot of things, even dairy, can sometimes still be problematic for people. They need to have their gut in a little bit of a better space before introducing dairy, like yogurt and kefir. Fermented foods are our favorite because they are a natural source of getting probiotics into the diet, which, we love our supplements, but I think as much food as possible that we can use as medicine, the better. And number 4 is going to be our animal meats and organ meats. Animal meats and organ meats are some of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. So you can eat less of it, but gain more nutrition in comparison to plant proteins. This is a whole other topic, and I really don't want to get into it on this video, but from our experience, we see people who can't do grains and plant proteins quite as well. It's harder to digest. The nutrients, you got to eat way more to get the same amount of nutrients. So we find animal proteins really fit really beautifully here. That is just a part of our system. We are all about bioindividuality, but animal meats and organ meats, honestly, it's so hard to compare them. So if this is not your jam, you're probably not the practice for you because we do love high quality animal meats and organ meats. And last but not least, those starchy vegetables, especially those cooked and cooled potatoes that create a resistant starch. We absolutely love starchy veggies to help provide the starchiness for our bacteria to feed on, make short-chain fatty acids, which help support gut health in general. Now, again, this is also one of the foods that people tend to have to wait on a little bit before reintroducing. Some people can add it on immediately, very customized and individual per person. So, and we say that not to make things harder on you by any means, and to make you more confused. It's just what we see. It's so different with each person and where their starting point is, but just know that, you can trial and error it, but we have your backs if you are ready to be over the DIY and just head straight into what works for me, needing that guidance, needing that nutrition basket in your pocket. We would love to be that for you because gut is one of our favorite things to work on. So you can go into the description below and click a link to book a free 15-minute call with me to chat more about your case and help you figure it out. In addition to the Kettle on Fire link, which definitely seriously go buy your bone broth, I will also leave below a little 1 week, kind of a gut reset. And you'll see that they incorporate a lot of the foods that we talked about today. So you can go download your freebie there, and I'll see you next week when we go over more gut stuff.